Saying you shouldn't is a way of expressing an opinion. Saying you have no right to can be expressing a fact. Don't get the two mixed up. For me, there's usually a short straight line from have no right to you shouldn't. One naturally follows from the other in most cases, but it's not necessary for that to be the case. No human has the right to arcate. To arcate means to initiate force or credibly threaten to do so, or to violate private property rights. Basically, to act like a government or other kind of bad guy. It's the opposite of what makes up anarchy. The zero aggression principle could be rephrased as the zero arcation principle. No human being has the right, under any circumstances, to arcate against another human being, nor to advocate or delegate arcation. This clears up any confusion as to whether property violations which involve no physical force are addressed by the ZAP. Whether or not they were in the past, they are now. So, you have no right to arcate, but that means you shouldn't? My opinion is that it usually does, but not always. Yes, pushing a kid from in front of a bus is an initiation of force. You don't have a right to do it, but I think this is one of those cases where you should. If it were me, I'd take the chance and deal with any complaints from the kid later. I'd willingly submit to arbitration if the kid I saved believes I owe him restitution for initiating force against him in this instance. Maybe I'd then present him with a bill for services rendered just to even things out. There may be other cases as well, and if you believe it's important to arcate, to do something you have no right to do, in some instance, you ought to feel it's worth dealing with the consequences that come from your act. So, yes, saying you have no right to do something can be a statement of fact, if you indeed have no right to do it. But translating that into you shouldn't do something is a less supportable position. It's merely an opinion, and not all opinions are equally valid.